Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day so far. It's been a long time, or, at least a little while since I've made an actual video, besides just, a food video. I'm finally feeling better. And I've went ahead and decided that instead of making two videos, I'm just going to make one. I never did make my end of month for February. It just wasn't a good month. And one thing that I was going to talk about, there was some stuff with my work. And so I did get a raise. However, they're still this month asking for people to take PTO or just take time off unpaid. And that was one of the things I was going to be talking about in my end of month for February. But I'll just talk about it here. So, and this is for my first paycheck in March that I got last Friday. It was 80 hours, and after all the deductions, this does include my raise. It was $1,060 that I got. So for property taxes, I'm taking out $225 out of $450 for the month. Bank of America, I was going to originally pay $335. I went ahead and paid $370. And I had previously paid $230, and then the minimum was $565. So I am paying a little bit extra. Water and trash, I'm just going to go ahead and do that full amount. Accountant taxes, this I was going to go ahead and do $25, but I actually had, when I was sick, I did like a DoorDash. So I went ahead and I'm taking that money from my cash and going to just have it go into the accountant / taxes. So I'm not going to take anything out for this since I'm just including that. House insurance, I still have $140 for this month. I'm just going to go ahead and do $140 for this paycheck. American Express, I'm not going to do anything this paycheck. I was going to try to set aside or make a payment of $100, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Lowe's, so that's $42 for the month. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Amazon is $102. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So originally I wasn't going to do the full amounts. I was just going to do like half, but I'm just going to go ahead and set aside the amount. Now for the cell phone, it was $65, like on the 17th or 18th. But I just recently switched carriers, so I'm not sure what my final bill for my previous carrier is going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and do $65 just in case. And that was an ordeal to switch. I finally got everything switched over. I was having a hard time with the One People's website, so I kept on looked like it was going through and it wasn't going through, and come to find out they needed like my ID in order to do like the first payment to switch everything over. Anyway, hopefully it was a good thing I put it on a credit card. And I'm glad I did, because here's the thing, is that even though it didn't look like it went through, it was pending, and then there's credits because it didn't go through. So I'm just glad I didn't have to worry about that with my actual bank account. And I did for the whole year. So it was $300 for a whole year. And with taxes and fees, I think it was like $320, something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, go ahead and set aside the $65 for my previous carrier, just in case there's happens to be part of a bill for next month. And I don't know, I always forget if it's monthly, if they're doing it behind, or if they're doing it for this month payments would be for next month. I always forget, but whichever it is, I just want to be covered for that. Heat, that was $107 that is due this month. I'd already paid all of it except for $37 from last paycheck I'd set aside. So I still have $37 for that. So this is going to have me be left over $31. And what I think I'm going to do is for that is I'm just going to have that be just kind of extra, a cushion. And for the advent calendars, what I'm going to do is for next paycheck, which is actually next week, I think what I'm going to do is what I have left over, I'm going to form the gas and food budget. I'm going to put some of that money and divide it up between the two. Because normally the last paycheck of the month anyway, I use some of my rollover funds to put in for the advent calendar. So this month, I'm just going to do it for both paychecks instead of actually taking money out of the checking account. I think for food right now, I have $30 left over till next week, till I get my next budget for April for $100, and then for gas, out of the $50 I do every other paycheck for a month for $50, I have almost 3/4 of a tank or something like that, so I have quite a bit. And I think for that I have $20 to $30 left over or something like that. So I'm going to have quite a bit enough for the advent calendar. So what I will probably do, like I said, I'm going to divide it up between the two. And then whatever's extra, I might either do to entertainment or do to taxes. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out next week. But hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're, having a good week. The weather's supposed to be, it's weird because, one day it could be in the 70s. The next day it could be, 2 days later it could be the 40s. The weather's been driving me nuts with the allergies, but glad it's getting a little bit warmer. Take care, everyone.